Family of Bill Solnick, 5-year-old Charlotte, and 3-year-old Joshua said goodbye today. The three went missing back in July after their boat capsized in the Bay of Green Bay. The two children were found first. Their father, Bill, was found off the coast of Green Island just 2 weeks ago. The Solnick family wanted to thank everyone who participated in the search efforts. If you would like to order memorial trees or send flowers to the family, you can do so by contacting the Melcor Funeral Home.